18 dash 4. Take a look at 18.3. And so, can we use a regression analysis for something maybe a little bit more constructive, something that might make sense to all of us? And the answer is yeah. And let's take a look at how we might do that. And so in 3 and in 4, but 3 is listed below as the number of rooms rented at Plantation Resorts, Georgia for the years 2003 to 2013. It says determine the least squares equation according to this information. What's the estimated number of rentals for 2014? So, okay, so this we can use the software for to do our analysis for us, right? It makes it relatively easy, and I'll walk through that here in a little bit. And then come up to our estimate then and how we get to that, okay, for our what our room rentals will be for the next year. So we've got our data, right? Now you'll note here I went ahead and I downloaded this, and it's got year and rental, but then I also just put these numbers in, and why did I do that? 1, 2, and then you can grab that, oops, you can kind of grab that, take it all the way down here to 12. 12 is where we're going to be, but we got 11 that we're going to use observations. So the reason let me just run this, and then I'll tell you why we do it that way. So we got a regression deal here. So let's go ahead and do our data, right? Data analysis, and we're going to use regression here. Okay, so click OK. Our Y input is this, okay, and our X input then is this. Oops. Okay, let's use labels, right? Our output range. Let's kind of stick this one just over here someplace. I'm going to add to this a line fit plot, okay, because that'll tell us a few other things. I'm going to add the residuals too. Just got to show you guys a couple things that we'll be using here in a bit. So we do that, and it does all kinds of work for us. It's kind of cool. Okay, and what do we have? Well, if we remember, okay, we've got our multiple R and our R squared, okay, which gives us our basically our correlation coefficient, which we're not terribly concerned about because we're not really concerned with how it correlates. I guess we got increasing numbers here. We kind of got decreasing numbers here, but that's that's of little relevance. Okay. But it gives us then our SS, gives us our Fs and our F significance, so we go back and determine what those things mean, I guess, whether it's significant or not. And I don't know in this case that either of those is real important, but it gives us this. It gives us our intercept. It tells us what remember our equation, our y hat equation is. So our y hat equation is equal to, and we can use these numbers, and I got them down here too, 8,842.13 basically, minus, because this is a negative, okay, 88.1 or 88.2 it could be, I guess, okay, or 88.13, whatever you want to use it, I guess, times, and the reason I have 12, it'd be times t, right? We have that here, okay, or time, whatever you want to use, so it's times that, okay, and that's going to give us then what our answer is here for the 12th, right? So all I have to do is plug that in, 8,842, okay, minus 88.1 times 12, okay, and what the heck, so I could do that math, I guess. This is equal to 12 times this one, okay, and then it's equal to this, in this case I'd have to hit plus this one. There you go. 7,784.6 would be our estimate. And that kind of looks right. Well, I did a couple things here. The line plot fit, and it doesn't look too good. You got to sometimes make this a little bit bigger for it to really show up. Okay, it kind of shows you where our sales are actually kind of all over but our trend line is here. Okay, our trend line is here, and we got through 11 years, and so the 12th year, all we're doing is saying what's the trend line for that 12th year. It'd be about there. Now we got pretty big standard deviation here actually, but it'd be about here, and that's where that's equal to. The residuals, when we look at it, really kind of tells us, just to give you an idea what residuals are, because I think we work with those a little bit later. It tells us what our actuals were, okay, and I'm sorry, it tells us what our trend line numbers are, and how much the actual varied from that, right? So in the first, our expected would have been 8,754, and our actual was 2,040 below that. Okay, just kind of gives you an idea. Probably if you average those out, you'd get about the standard deviation. I don't know. That'd be interesting to look at and see. We're going to use this a little bit later, so thought I'd show it to you now, and we'll get to that. But really for number 4, this is what you need, is this equation here and these answers. So there you have 18-4.